YouTube land, what's going on? This is another exciting episode of One-on-One Talk with Pico. And as usual, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to subscribe to my channel so you can catch all my latest uploads. And there's a lot more stuff coming, shorts and everything. All type of stuff are coming to YouTube. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. We got 3 topics today. YouTube land, 3 topics. And the first topic is um, why do men think they can have their cake and eat it too? That's a good one. Um, uh, it's funny, but let's just be honest. Men, why do men think they can have their cake and eat it too? Is because 9 out of 10, I'm just gonna be honest about the situation. And I was talking to somebody earlier about this, and we both came to an agreement because y'all let them do it. Simple. You remember the old saying, you give a person an inch, they take a mile. It's pretty much the same thing. If you doing all of this stuff and you complain about it, you must be comfortable with him doing that, because if he does this, he does that, and you still with him and you don't lead. I'm not saying don't give him a chance or give her a chance, but if you say I'm fed up, I can't take it no more, and you said that 7 years ago and you still ain't fed up, it don't take nobody 7 years to say I'm fed up and still be there. Just be comfortable where you at. You must like something about this guy for you to keep that person around. So that's why guys can say, well, a lot of women say, well, you must want your cake. You want your cake and eat it too. Yeah, you let me do it both. You're letting me do it both. So that's pretty much that's pretty much self-explanatory. But I'm not saying that it's a good thing that people do that. But if you let people run over you and constantly run over you and constantly run over you and sell you dreams and stuff, and you ain't made up your mind to say, well, you know what, enough is enough. I'm done. I'm not going back. That's on you. You can't blame him. You gotta blame yourself, because by us being humans, I'm just gonna lay it to you flat out like this. No matter what nobody say, humans are always gonna take advantage of each other in certain type of ways out of this life. We're always. It might not be a big advantage. It might not be a small advantage, but we are, and we're all guilty of that pleasure. The cake. Also, when we say yes, I will be your side chick. Well, yeah, that true. That I say that true. That too. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So you can't blame nobody but yourself, and that don't always fall on men. It falls on women too, because it's like we're both in the same boat. So it's whatever. If you let them do it, they gonna do it. If you let a kid tear your house up, he's gonna tear the house up. If you don't put your foot down and say, "Hey, little Johnny, little Becky, stop tying up my house," or if you keep doing this, there's a consequence for it. There's a butt whooping coming. There's a discipline. How would the kid ever learn unless you discipline him? You ain't. I'm not saying you have to discipline him with a belt or something. You can. It's whatever. Whatever floats your boat in your house. That's pretty much what you do. So, ooh, that's pretty much the answer to that question. You have your cake and eat it too. People gonna do it because people run over people whether we like it or not. And all of us, like I just said a few seconds ago, all of us in one shape, form, or fashion in this life, we take advantage of the other person. It can be, I mean, anything. It can be anything. It might not be something big, or like, oh my God, I know you're taking advantage of me. When people in relationships, when they have arguments, what's the first thing they say? Well, you know what? You took advantage of me. Or um, you led me on. It's pretty much the same thing. So if you comfortable in that world, stay in that world. Don't complain about it. You helped build the freaking castle. So that's pretty much my take on that. But the other 2 questions are the ones that they're funny, man. Hold on, let me pull it up if I can find it. I'm sorry about this. I should have had this stuff written down. Here we go. Okay. The first one is, if two people are not married but are dating in a relationship, are you still considered single? If two people that's not married, I'm sorry, the two people are in relationship. I'm sorry, I'm all messed up. If two people that are not married but still dating or in a relationship, Are you still considered single? Well, I put it to you like this. I guess it all depends on how you go about looking at it because a lot of people say, hey, if we're dating and if we graduate to boyfriend and girlfriend, you can't do this, you can't do that. There are certain things, yes, true, in some aspects, because everybody you date, you're not going to marry them. You're not going to, now, I'm not going to say you're not going to take them seriously, but it's always a bigger step. One person you're going to treat better than the other. If you striving for perfection with somebody and you like that guy or that guy likes you, yes, he has to treat you better than he treated the other ones. Or the same thing with women. You have to treat you better than she treated the guys. So now the single thing. Now this is the kicker. Hmm. I scratched my beard for that one. Now we're looking at two different um answers to that. Now you got a biblical answer, then you got the man answer. So the man answer is pretty much, if that's your girlfriend, yes, that's considered, if you go out and sleep with somebody, that's considered cheating. Yeah, you're not single when you're in a relationship. But biblically, although it's never been said, I'm just saying from aspects of it, he never really pinpointed out to say, you know what, bam, this, then the other. God only looks at husband and wife. He don't look at boyfriend and girlfriend because because let me goes to show you how perfect God is. If he look at it as boyfriend and girlfriend, and you guys are not married, and you have sex before marriage, that's on him. That's why he don't care about boyfriend and girlfriend. It's only marriage. Now, if you're dealing with a woman, or if a woman dealing with a man, and it's just platonically you two, nobody else in the picture. I mean, nobody. You and her ride together, die together. No matter what happens, he got your back, she got your back. And if one of y'all will go out and cheat, well, then by all means, somebody can say, you know what, that was bogus. But you can't say, I don't believe you cheated on me. You can just be like, you know what, that was bogus. 9 out of 10, it was going to happen anyway. And that's the problem with relationships because people go in relationships expecting the next person to treat them better than the person they was with. If you're a man, there's a saying, all men cheat. And I agree with that to a certain extent. Now, um, let me see, how can I break this down? All men cheat. Just because the man you with didn't cheat on you, he probably cheated on somebody before you. So that's what I mean when I say pretty much all men cheat. All women cheat? Hey, maybe so. Right about now, you look at the statistics, we're like 20 something, 28, women are like 26. So they're like pretty much right behind each other. And you don't have to drop your drawers to cheat on somebody. You can give that person that time, not even quality time. You can give them that time. You can give them that energy. You can flirt with them back and forth. That's considered cheating. In God's eyes, I'm talking about only in marriage. That's considered cheating. What was that? Been in a relationship, just the decisions y'all made to just date each other. Well, yeah, there you go. But that's what I was saying earlier. Some people take it too far. Well, if he cheat on me, it's over. It's never. Let's just be honest. If a man cheats on you and it's over, it may be over for him. Okay. Now I'm not doubting nobody on that. It may be over with for him. But you're gonna get to the next man and thinking the next man's gonna be better. And the way the world is now, that's that the it's very slim pickings. Well, I broke up with him because she don't hear my feelings. Okay, you get another guy, he treat you like a king. I mean, treat you like a queen. You come home, you got another woman in your house. So that means you got to break up with him, start over, break up with him, the other person, start over, break up with that person, start over. It's an ongoing cycle until you get it right. People make mistakes. Do people make mistakes? Yes, they do. We're only human. Flesh is never fulfilled. Relationships don't work, or you can't get to that other level of relationship, and that's marriage. If God's not in the picture, so if you're dating a sinner, let's just be honest. If I'm a sinner, you're a sinner. We come together and date, and another girl catches my eye. 9 out of 10, I'm going to sleep with her because I'm not thinking about the God. Like, you know what? God said not to do this. He said it himself in the Bible. Lust is never fulfilled. So if lust is never fulfilled, how come us as man and woman has the authority to say he will never cheat on me or she will never cheat on me? That means you're smarter than the Father. And people do fall, but it only counts if you're married. Take it the way you want to take it. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, and I know we was raised up on that, but no, it's not, because he only counts when you say, I now pronounce you husband and wife. If your wife cheat on you when you're married, your husband cheat on when you're married, he cheated. You can divorce him. That is true. You can divorce her. Remember, there's only two ways out. Biblically, and when I say biblically, that means it makes sense to now. There's only two ways out: death and cheating. That's it. You don't divorce somebody because it didn't work, because he lost his job, because he got sick, his arm got cut off. She was in a bad accident. She bald headed, and she got one ear and one arm longer than the other one, literally, and she can't walk no more. Guess what? You signed that deal. That's your wife. Deal with it till she leave this world or till she get better. Same thing with the husbands. You don't walk away. So technically, you're pretty much still single. Something's not right. Mistake. I mean, some things are not mistakes. That's true. That's what people want. They want to do. Yeah, married or not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why I said we all make mistakes, but all mistakes aren't mistakes. People just do things because they want to. Let's just be honest. And when I mean by mistakes, I mean little things. Cheating isn't a mistake. Let me run that back again. Cheating isn't a mistake. Sex is premeditated. You have to know what you're doing before you do it. Now I can see if an alley dweller do what he got to do, or a graper, that's a different story. But sex is premeditated. You know what you're doing. You knew what you was doing when he called you. You knew what you was doing. You jumped and took the shower, put the perfume on, put on your lingerie or whatever, put your best outfit on, put your push-up bra on, fix your face up, put your spray to whatever you're spraying your hair to go over there. You know that's going to entice the man to have sex with you. So when it happens, that's why people can't run around and say, you know what? I'm sorry. How you gonna be sorry for something you wanted to do? Be a man. Be a woman. I did it. I'm not sorry I did it, but I'm sorry you found out like that. That's pretty much how that's supposed to go. I'm not sorry, and I would never be sorry for something I want to do. Or it just happened. No, sex don't just happen. It don't. Nobody walks down the street and trip and fall on each other. Now that's something you can say, well, you know what? It just happened. No. Sex is considered whining, dining, spending time with somebody, getting to know the person, and you already and women. I was going to say women this day and age, but women always been like this, and this isn't a stab at women. Women already know who they're gonna have sex with before they even open their mouth to say how you're doing. You can walk down the street. Oh, I'm using myself. I can walk down the street and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she like, "How you doing?" Blah blah this and that other. I may be thinking of the conversation. If she liked me like that, she already got in her head like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep with him. The first chance I get, I'm gonna sleep with him. So there. You go for the answer of being premeditated. Yes, sex is premeditated. We're adults. We're not 5 and 6 years old. We're not kids. Some of us are older than me, and some of us are older than people that's watching this show. Stop using sex to say, well, you you just stayed around just for that. No, correction. It's sex. Men and women are supposed to have sex with each other. So you can't go around saying, you know what, all these thirsty guys want to have sex. Guess what? If you meet a nice guy and he take you out, you're still gonna have sex with him. So it's pretty much an oxymoron. Now I'm not saying go out there and do it. No, don't put that one on me. I would never say that. But we all know what it's about. We all know how to have sex. We all know the consequences of having unprotected sex. Babies come. So all I'm saying is you just got to be careful. Jerome, Chicago, what is good, my brother? No, wait. Is it Chicago or Juice? I don't know. Juice go. There you go. Um, yeah. So technically, if we're looking at it through God's eye, we, if we're looking at it through God's eye, you're doing something before marriage anyway. So that's why he like, dude, you know what? I ain't got time for this. I gave y'all the laws. You know what y'all got to do now. If you have sex unprotected, I mean, I'm saying, if you have sex with a woman before marriage, you're breaking one of my laws. If you have sex with a woman and you married with her, you two are married, you're not breaking my laws. So it always goes back to the Bible because the Bible is here to correct our mistakes, whether we like it or not. Okay, 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 bam, okay, okay. In Chicago, Juice is my brand. Okay, man. Okay, I feel you, bro. But yeah. So in God's eyes, you're pretty much single. So don't ever let nobody try to brainwash you and say you're mine. You're not supposed to do that. We're together, dude. If it's not written in stone, I didn't come to you and say, you know what? It's just gonna be me. It's just gonna be you. Hey, other than that, if we just a couple, anything can happen. You can go out there and cheat on me. The Bible is man written. Yeah, we yeah. I'm glad you said that. Man did write the Bible because God didn't write it himself. He gave people knowledge to write the Bible. So that part is true. But I understand what you're saying. Everything in the Bible is pretty much contradict how we are now because somebody had to be a hell of a fortune teller to say stuff all the way back then, and the stuff that they said years ago is happening today. Remember, somebody had to do some time traveling. So there is some truth in the Bible because everything in the Bible, you pretty much see that's happening now. So hey, I don't know. I'm not a preacher, but I understand what you're saying. So let's go to my next question. Okay, the other one is, and I hope I answered that the other question, the relationship the best way I can. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Do women control the sex in a relationship in general? Meaning, do they control when, and how it happens? Do women control sex in a relationship? I would say yes and no, because men controls the right to ask a woman to marry them. Men control that. Women control the right for sex because you can't have sex with a woman if you're not a alley dweller or a graper. You can't have sex with a woman unless she okay it. She don't necessarily have to say, well, I want to do this and that. If the mood is right, if she allow it, then by all means, yes. But I'm telling you guys now, that goes for men and women. Do not become an alley dweller. Do not become a graper because you can go to jail for that, and you're not supposed to take nothing that don't belong to you. That's with anything. So to all those guys that do that, y'all scum. I don't care what nobody say. You guys are scum. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Eugene. Excuse me. I don't know where that Steve just came from. So yes, women control sex, but where, when, where, and how, that's pretty much a toss up. That's pretty much a toss up. As long as you don't have it in church or in court or something like that, then you're gonna be up the creek. But yes, women do control sex in relationships because they're women. Sex is, I know sex is given. It takes two to tango. I do have my, they used to say it back in the days, they two to tango. But yeah, women control sex. You can't have sex without a woman's approval. Mandatory in the story. You can't. I don't care who you are. I don't care how strong you is, how weak you are. I don't care if you can lift buildings. If she don't okay it, it's not sex. It's called the other thing. It's called grape. But you know we can't say the R word on YouTube or Facebook. So I say that's why I use the term alley dwellers and grapers. That's what they are. When, where, and how, um, sex can be done pretty much anytime. You know, if you feel like you want to have sex with that person, then by all means, go for it. Where and how, that's pretty much self-explanatory. Everybody know how to have sex. I said that earlier. But as long as you don't force yourself, and I can't stress that one enough. Just don't force yourself on anybody. But yes, men control marriage and relationships. Women control sex because a man have to go to a woman to ask for her hand in marriage. It's not the other way around. I mean, you got some women that do that, but to be more respectful in the situation, me, I would prefer. I would go ask a woman to marry them. Now she can insinuate like, you know what, I think it's about time for us to get married. That's not a problem. That's no problem at all. But when it comes to the big question, like, yeah, you know what, will you marry me? She can't say, well, I think it's about time for us to get married. Will you marry me? I'm like, hold on, Lou, you just you you just took my line. Now I ain't got no line. Now I gotta come up with something else. But it's been like this from the dawn of time. It's been like that from the dawn of time. Women always controls sex. Now I'm not talking about the type of control where you it's a man thing. You got to be in control. No, it's just a pretty much what I'm saying is it's pretty much a permission thing. I'm talking about good women, wholesome women. They don't have to be virgins. Heck, it's hard to find a virgin. It's trying to find that's like finding a unicorn on 71st Street. But do do women push themselves on men? Women always push themselves on men. That is nothing new under the sun. They always did. If you're a celebrity, if you got something going on, that's just how it go. Remember the podcast I had a while ago when I was like, it's not in a woman's prescription to care about the way the other woman feels. They will never care. They will never ever care. That's why if that was the case, then there would be no such thing as cheating anymore. But is it a bad thing that a woman can have the googly eyes? My father used to say the googly eyes for a man in a relationship. It happens. You can't control who you like. Like, man, you know what? I know he got a girl, but I like him. But some people will play on it, some people won't. I like him. If he give me the time of day, I'm going to go. Some women say, you know what, I like him, but that's how far as it go. But by us being only human, let's just look at it like this, people. Like I always say, if you dangle the carrot in front of the rabbit's going to get the carrot eventually. That's how cheating is born. Because somebody's going to always want what you got. Some people can play the side girl for years, hundreds of years, because they're comfortable in that zone. Somebody said, "Well, they're not comfortable. If they weren't comfortable, they would leave." They're cool with being a side chick because a side chick ain't got to worry about nothing. That's the main woman's problem. Just like the same thing with a man. Hey, I'll sleep with you, but you got to go back home to your wife, homie. We had a good time, but you don't want got to go home to your wife. I don't. And guess what? I'll be here when you want me again. See, the thing about adulthood is when you grow up, when you start thinking with a adult man, you have to let the child man go because a lot of people think, well, this stuff don't happen. Nobody does that. It happens every day, all day. Somebody's gonna always like your guy. Somebody's gonna always like your woman. But there are certain ways you go about doing things. You can't stop somebody from saying, "Hey, your woman got a big butt." You can't stop that. And the way that the world is set up now, you might not want to stop it because people don't fight anymore. People fight. They shoot people over the stupidest things. Hey, you know what? Keep walking, sweetie. Just keep walking. And if you walking 9 out of 10, they won't mess with you. They'll just say what they gotta say. But if you turn around like, "What you say to my woman?" or she turn around like, "Oh, mom, I don't say that. I don't play that." No, that's an instrument for destruction. Just keep it moving. Because people in this day and age, they're out looking for reasons to kill you. And guess what? You just gave them a reason. So we gotta be real careful of how we go about doing things and real careful of the company we keep. Some people, you just can't change them. They're gonna be ratchet 24/7. He gonna be a hood boy, a hood guy, whatever you call him, 24/7. And if you're a good, wholesome woman, you don't want that type of lifestyle for yourself because you know what that's going to bring. You know what it's going to bring. So we got to be careful with that. We really have to be careful with that. I never, I never dated a thug woman. I never did. I mean, there was plenty of them that tried to talk to me, but I already knew the consequence. I could be walking down the street with her, or she can come pick me up or whatever, and somebody start shooting at us. They're not trying to shoot me; they're trying to shoot her. But by me being in the car with her, I gotta die just like she do. So that's why I stay out of those subjects, those categories, and women that date thug guys, they live for the rush. Oh, just because guess what? They just shot at him. Now I'm turned on because they just shot at him and he just dodged the bullet by the grace of God. Now I really want him. What kind of foolery is that? What kind of foolery is that? Girl, I love him. I love him. He do this for me. He do that. Well, whatever. He go to jail. He get locked up for something. That love you have for him is gone because now you with somebody else. But you told everybody I wouldn't do nothing to hurt him. He locked up for 4 years. I'm not saying wait. I would never say that. But it's gone. Then when he get out, you got to tell him about the new baby that's on the way from the guy she was messing around with when you got locked up. So that's why it only counts when you're married. You see how I did that? I went all the way around and went right back to the middle. That's why it only counts when you're married. If you just dating, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. It's just the respect you have for that person not to do that. You know what? I love this person. I love him. I love her. I know this to tear her down or tear him down. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, guess what? I got respect for you. I got nothing but respect for you. But if you want to do it, you can't nobody stop you from doing it anyway. She can beg and plead, please don't cheat on me. You like, yeah, I'm crying to do that, whatever. Something catch your eye, then guess who's on your shoulder? Satan right there on your shoulder, knocking on your door. Hey, look at old girl right there. She ain't gonna know. She'll never know. Man, go holler at her. You know I ain't gonna say nothing. Bam, got you. Because we're only human, but people put ourselves, we put each other on pedestals so high that we can't do stuff that don't fit our character. Yeah, men been cheating since the dawn of time. This ain't nothing new. This didn't just happen 20, 40, 30 years ago. This has been happening before I was here, before any of us was here. So, yes, women control sex. I give that power, that's all theirs. But that don't mean by her controlling it, you gotta wait for her to do something. No, what I'm saying by control it, you can't do it without her approval. When is enough enough? Ronald, what are you talking about? Cuz what you mean when is enough? What do you mean when is enough is enough? Ooh, Pepsi strong. So I like to hear what y'all gotta say. Feel free to comment on this stuff. I read a couple of comments, but I want to see what y'all gotta say about the situation. I mean, I know it hurts. Oh, cheating. Oh, my cousin. Um, I guess it all depends on how long you can take. I mean, not how long, how much you can take from that person. You know, if a guy come to you like, man, or if he come to you or you catch him, cheating is cheating. I don't care if you caught him. I don't care if he told you because people say, well, if he tell you, if I tell you, it'll soften the blow. No, it won't. No, 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 it won't. But you got to give him or she kudos for telling you because he didn't. If you found out the hard way, it's still gonna hurt. Enough is enough when you can't take it anymore. When you can't take it, you put your foot down, be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with it. And some guys, they'll cheat probably. Now, I'm not saying in general, I'm just using examples. Some guys probably cheat once out of their whole life. And he probably sincere about like, you know what, I cheated. You ain't gotta worry about that no more. It's up to you to take that person back. You can say no or you can say yes. Now I'm not saying by you saying yes, trust is gonna automatically come like just start throwing trust and you know, stuff like that. No, trust has to be earned. Okay, but I don't trust you. You know what? Hey, if you want to let me work it out, let's do this. But hey, some people are different. Some women say he only got one time to cheat, and that's it. Some people are different. You just did a live about a reason or see. Yeah, I mean, it's a time and place for everything. It's definitely a time and place for everything. And once a cheater, always a cheater. When I was younger, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I used to think that too. Well, he did once a cheater, always a cheater. No, some people actually learn their lessons. Some people actually get their life together. Some people actually dedicate their life to God. But if you're working for God, He's not gonna let you do that anyway. That's why He's there to say, hey, you got a wife at home. You can't do this. First of all, you're breaking my law. That's worse than breaking your wife's heart because I'd rather break her heart than to break his laws. So, hey, you know what? He won't even put you in, he won't even steer you in that direction. Like, man, look, I'm gonna go over here. They got all these girls over here. No, your man is somewhere else. Your man is probably on a sandwich or something. Or, you know what? Me and my wife ain't went out in a while. I'm gonna go home and surprise her, tell her put some clothes on. We going out, and usually when stuff works like that, y'all have the best times in the world. Y'all cracking jokes, y'all talking about people. You're just having fun. So that's why people need to pray when it comes to relationship. They need to pray. God, you know, is this the one for me? He'll let you know if that's the one for you. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, people. She said, do it. Pop your face. Don't get me wrong. Just because I said pray on it, I didn't say it's okay to say, you know what, God's going to send me a man. I'll give you one good reason why God's not going to send you a man. Like personally, just send you a man. Okay, you go over there. I want you to marry her. Now, he may send you a man if you're in the word. What you know, if you're doing what if you're doing what he asks us to do, keeping the laws and a saint. Let's call it short, a saint. But if you're a sinner, you don't want nothing to do with God. You believe in God, but you still out there doing your thing. And even if you don't believe in God, you say, "Well, God gonna send me a man." He's not gonna do that. He's not, because God is smarter. God is way smarter than we give him credit for. He's the creator, so he already know what our thoughts before we think it. Remember, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. God send me a man. Oh, I'm waiting on God to send me a man. Oh, well, no, I'm married to Jesus. One, Jesus never had a wife. Jesus didn't come here to have a wife or have kids or have girlfriends. He came to do a job. He did it till his time was up. End of story with that. And two, reason why God's not going to send you a man, and I said this before, you and that guy get together. The guy cheats on you. You get married, he cheat on you. He start beating on you. He start doing whatever. By God sending you that man, that'll be God's fault that that man beat on you. So that's why he's not going to send you a man. He gave us free will, and that means a lot. Pick your own poison, but choose wisely. Every man don't beat women. Every woman don't beat men. There are good people out there, but you got to make that decision for yourself. So that leads to my question. All these people that got married and they get divorced, God had nothing to do with it. Nothing. So God sent your man, but a year later, 2 years later, guess what? Oh, we got a divorce. What happened? He cheated on me. But I thought God sent him. Well, I cheated on him, or it just wasn't working out. But didn't you tell me God sent him? Yeah. So if God sent him, all that stuff would have been prevented if he would have sent you that guy. So, number one, stop lying on God. Two, I almost laughed. Figure stuff out for yourself. I know we grew up in churches, and hey, guess what? I'm 18 with a bullet. I'm number one. I grew up in church from a little bitty baby to what I am now. God's not going to do that. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but if you sit and think about it, it make perfect sense. God's not going to send you a man. God's not going to send me a woman. God, just send me a woman. If God send you a woman by him being perfect, that guy's going to be perfect. And no human is perfect. We all make mistakes. There's only one human that came and didn't make mistakes. That came in human form, and that was Jesus himself. Moses made mistakes. Adam made mistakes. Cain made a big mistake. You know, Cain and Abel, one of them got killed. So, hey, there you go. Jesus is the only man that came to earth and never made a mistake. Never. But we're just flesh. Although he was flesh and blood, he came as flesh and blood, like all of us do. But it was something special about that guy. He was the Son of God. And although we are sons of God, can't none of us say, well, you know what? I'm gonna go up here and see what Pop's doing and just take off and fly. No. He was the only one that did that. And there'll never be another one. So that's why God's not gonna send us what we want. Because if he send us what we want, we gonna you know what, let's just Even if he did, we're going to find a way to screw it up anyway. Let's just be honest, because you know how we can get. You know how we can get. So God don't take requests like that, people. I'm here to let you know. Now I'm not saying don't pray. I'm not saying don't try to get close to him as you can, because in this day and age we're really going to need to get close to him. As you can see, there's danger all around us now. But no, God send me a man. Y'all not married. Y'all having sex before marriage. That's on him. That's on him. The same man that wrote the law that say, hey, you can't have sex until you get a wife. Once you get married, you can have all the sex you want. You can have all the babies you want. As long as you take care of them kids and take care of your wife. But God send me a man and you have sex before you're married. He didn't send that man. You pick that man. You decide to lay with that man and have sex with him. Just call it the way it is. That's why you can't hold God responsible for the things that's going on in the world. God ain't got nothing to do with this, because the world is so full of freaking sin. He just sitting back and said, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. Look at us now. Look at all these young people dying. Don't you think he can stop this if he wanted to? But no, because number one, niggas are very hard headed. He can stop all of this. The government can stop it, but he can stop it just like that. There's too much sin in the world, man. Let's just be honest about each other, and we don't make it no better, because we always got excuses for things. Oh, I did it because um I slept with him or I slept with her because she was fine. She had a big boot. It don't matter. Sex is sex. Remember what I just said, is premeditated. We can't, once you have sex, you can't take it back. So there's no need to say, hey, guess what? I'm a born again virgin. No, you already had sex. You can't go back. None of us can go back, men or women. In order for us to go back, we got to go through birth all over again and get that time back. Once you had sex, and I don't care if you had sex and you stop having sex for 3 years, you're not a born again virgin. You're not. That part has already been taken. So it is what it is. Sex is a very, very, very powerful tool. Very powerful. Why do you think men and women fall? Why? You got billionaires that fall, got women on the side. Sex is powerful. That's why God do what he was doing when he say husband and wife, because he know he created this stuff. He knew how strong it'll be, because it takes a God, the Lord himself, to put it in your heart to not slip away. It takes him. We don't do that. We don't have the power to do that. Remember, same guy that said, hey, lust is never fulfilled. If you don't have his hand in it, you go around and screw the nation, because he ain't got his hand in it. He's the one that holds us back from sin. We're nothing but flesh. Temptation, lust is never fulfilled, and temptation is also pleasing. Who are we? Who are we? No, I didn't. I ain't gonna do that. I don't look at him like that. Yeah, you keep playing around with that guy. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. You keep playing around with that girl. Watch what happens. How many of us that was said in our younger days? I don't look at him like that, but he cool. I don't look at him like that, and then guess what? Pow! I thought you didn't look at him like that. Well, it just happened. No, sex don't happen. You liked him like that from day one. But Adam and Eve wasn't married. I could have sworn Adam and Eve got married. Hmm. I don't know. I had to look into that one. I was looking. You may be right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you may be right. You may be right. But it is what it is, man. It goes on and on and on and on. You got sex on one hand. You got not having sex on the other. Now, if you're a virgin, by all means, guess what? Nobody's going to catch your attention if you don't sell yourself out to that attention span like that. If you don't, then you're good. But nobody's virgins anymore. And I'm not talking down on nobody. Just saying nobody's virgins, but people want the quality of a virgin. That's just impossible. That's impossible. So it is what it is, people. We got a lot to learn. We just got a lot to learn about a lot to learn about these things. We got a lot to learn about the Lord because a lot of people really actually think they know the Lord, but they really don't. They don't. Because if they did, he's the last person in this world and out this world that you want to play with. He's the last because he don't take sides. We got so much. Thank you. We got so much to learn about each other. All we have to do is sit and study each other. Sometimes we'll find out what we want to know. Sometimes we might not. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So it is what it is, man. We just need to wake up about certain things. Oh, I would never do that. Yes, you would. Yeah, you would. I sound like Andre now. Yeah, you would. You would. Oh, I would never do this. Or when you do that, when you have sex with somebody else, what do we say? I never meant to hurt you. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, because if you would have never told her or him, they wouldn't have never found out. Remember, it's premeditated. There you go. Oh my God, I fell for this. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That's why there is no excuse when it comes to having sex with other men and women, because you knew what you were doing. Just be honest. Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna even lie. I wanted to do it. She was enticing. I dangled the carrot in front of her. She fell for it. She invited me in. I told her I had a woman. She said, okay, don't matter. We still did our thing. So we got to stop putting the blame game on each other. Well, if you wouldn't have did this, if you wouldn't have cheated on me 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't have cheated on you day before yesterday. No, that's not getting even, because two wrongs don't make a right. Never did, never will. Two wrongs do not make a right. You cheated, that was your leeway out. Won't you just say, you know what, he did it, I'ma do it. Don't say, well, only reason why I did it is because you did it. Nope. That guy was dangling around in your DM. Hey, you know what? This is my way to do something. Hey, what you doing? Nothing. You want some company? You asking the guy, he wants some company at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. What you think they're gonna do? Build Legos? No. No, you're not. Thank you, Carmela. Oh, how you doing, Carmela? Yep. It was already in your heart. It was always there. You just wanted an excuse to do it. Now you got one. So you know what? It was already in my heart. I like this dude, but now that my guy cheated on me, I finna go out and get even. Now that my husband cheated on me, I finna go out and get even. So if he catch me, or he found out the hard way, ain't nothing he can say because he did it. Well, what you mean? I didn't say that. I didn't say that when you slept with Lisa. Okay, so by me doing that, you got to go out and do it. Okay, but guess what? Now you in the race. Now he's mad. Okay, now I finna go out and do it again. Now, okay, now you found out you finna go out and do it again. It's never an end when it comes to that. That's why, I repeat again, that is why you gotta have God in your relationships, because men will fall, women will fall. God never fails. He never do. He'll never forsake you. Carmela, before you got on, I was saying I was just saying sex is premeditated. And but thank you for clearing that up. It's premeditated, people. We are grown adults. We can't just say it just happened, or I didn't mean for it to happen. How you gonna not mean for somebody to do what they got to do with you? How you gonna not mean that? Would you land and say, no, stop, we can't do this, stop? No, no. Let's just be honest. No, you enjoyed it just like he enjoyed it. But see, the difference is, when it comes to certain situations, you got to be a man and you got to be a woman. You got to be. Yeah, I cheated. You found out. Or if you man enough, tell her, you know what, I cheated on you. If she want to get mad and pitch a fit, there's nothing you can do. Hey, you know what? I told you. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? I wasn't enough for you. Yeah, baby, you was more than enough for me, but it was just something about her I wanted to do. She had a big booty. She got big breasts. She was coming on to me with all that stuff. So hey, guess what? I did it. It's time for us to wake up, man, and just stop living in la la land and come to reality. People do things because they want to. That's not just with sex. That's with anything. That's with murder. That's with going to work. That's with anything. You get up, you go to work. It's not because it's because you have to and you want to. Well, you know what? I gotta go to work today, but you want to because if you don't go to work, you get your paycheck gonna be a little short, and you probably can't pay your bills. Okay. He gave us all free will. Remember that God gave us all free will. Do do your thing. Do what you want to do. But believe me, there's a consequence if you don't live right. There's a consequence if you do live right. Now you're gonna come kick it with me, or you're gonna go kick it with him. That's all he's saying. And he pretty much gave us the answers. Choose life. He's giving you the answer. It's an open book test. Choose life. He's eternal. Sin is not. So we can't go blaming each other on certain aspects of the things we do. We can't. That's just how it goes, people. I mean, I'm not. I know this is a pretty interesting topic, but I have to break it down in ways that's understandable for all of us. Hey, Shonda, how you doing, baby? Love you. So people gonna cheat. You just got to get used to it. If you're gonna sit and take it, take it. If you're not gonna sit and take it, don't take it. But don't sit around and complain when you don't want to take it, but you're taking it. Oh, yeah, I know he cheating on me. It's okay. It's fine. Just because when you say that, that means you're content with what he's doing. As long as he's paying the bills and keeping the roof over your head and buying you everything you want to buy, you don't care. Certain people, I'm not saying everybody, they don't care. Well, I already know he cheating, but hey, guess what? He banned me this car and stuff. So why should I care what he do? Why? Or why should I care what she do?